Okay, what if I told you there's a legal way to get a massive tax deduction and build generational wealth by, get ready, paying your kids? I pay each of my kids. Got 3 kids, and I pay them $15,000 a year, and Uncle Sam does not mind at all. It's in the tax code. So here's the deal. I own my own business, and that means the IRS allows me to pay each of my kids up to $15,000 a year for legitimate work. Now listen, this number, 15,000, has changed over the years. It used to be 14 and change, but now it's 15, okay? But here's the key. They don't pay federal income tax on it. I get a full deduction just like any other payroll expense. I do have to pay payroll tax, and they pay state tax, but overall, this is a win. So where does the money go? Once it hits their checking account, so it goes from our business account into each kid's separate checking account. We don't let it sit. We use that cash to fund a specifically designed whole life insurance policy built for cash value growth. You've heard me talk about it, infinite banking. So let me show you exactly what this looks like in our home, okay? So we got 3 kids. We've got Jonna, who is 16 years old, and her policy is $17,000 a year. Tegan is 13, his is $15,000 a year, and Georgia is 9. Hers is $12,000 a year. So you're going to ask, well, what are you? I thought you said you only pay your kids 15 and Jonna's getting 17. She is, but Georgia's 9, and I can't make her policy that big, and Jonna's 16, and I can make hers larger. So Tegan's not at perfect age. So what I do is I take Georgia's leftover money and I give it into Jonna's account, because at that point it doesn't matter. Okay. So in total, that's a $45,000 tax deduction each year that I'm not giving that money. I'm not giving that money away. I'm putting it to work. Okay. So why whole life insurance, specifically participating whole life insurance policies with paid up additions? Okay. So here's the reason why. Number 1, they're liquid. I can access this cash at any time. Matter of fact, my daughter's 16. I've already used it to buy her car. So that's number 1, it's liquid. Number 2, it's creditor protected. So even in lawsuits, whoever gets sued, they can't go after that dollar. Number 3, there's a 4% IRR plus dividends. So this is a competitive long-term return. Competitive is all we're looking for. This is a savings bucket. This is a savings tool, not just a massive investment tool. The other thing is tax-free growth. So this is not deferred. This is not maybe. This is tax-free. So I will have access to this money. As it grows, I do not have to pay taxes on the gains, which is a massive advantage to these policies. Okay, the last thing is what they call uninterrupted compounding. Albert Einstein said uninterrupted compounding was the 8th wonder of the world. It is massive when this thing gets going. There's so many advantages to having uninterrupted compounding. Even when I borrow the money from it, it still grows, okay? This is what they call a high control, zero risk savings strategy. And time is the biggest factor in wealth, and my kids now have a 40-year head start on all this stuff, okay? So the next question is this: why not just throw this money in the market? So here's my answer. We actually do invest some money in the market every month. But we have to understand this. This is savings money, not an investment. So we've got investment dollars that we are investing in the market. Not as much, but we have investment dollars that we're putting in the market. And then these are savings dollars, okay? I don't want to risk this money. I want certainty. So we've got some risk over here, but then we've got certainty. Now here's the thing. If I have an opportunity that comes up in real estate, business, even a family emergency, I can tap into this pool of capital without losing money on the compounded growth. That's the power of being your own bank. And what we're doing with our kids is we're creating this bank for them. So let me show you one of my kids' policies. Okay, so here's what we have: Tegan's policy. So we talked about the fact that Tegan's policy would have a $15,000 policy, okay? So let's look at this thing. So in year 1, he's only got a cash value of about $10,000. It's the cost of being an owner. No big deal. We're going to look at year 2. He's got about $24,000. And again, this kid's 13 years old, but we're not building it for right now. So let's go to 19. Tegan will graduate high school when he's 19 years old. At 19, this kid's going to have $105,000 of cash value in this policy. $105,000. Now, what can we do with that $105,000? There's so many different things we can do. He could buy a car, he could start a business, he could use it for college, so many different things, okay? So one of the things we could do, and this is in my opinion, what I would like to do for him, I'd like to take this $105,000 and I'd like to help him buy a duplex or a triplex house hack and have the current tenants pay the rent while he's building wealth. So you can see what this thing looks like. My goal, and I'm gonna scroll down here to where at age 25. 25 was my number. He's gonna have $201,000 at 25 that he's got access to. $200,000 at 25. I did not have access to $200,000 when I was 25. Had nowhere near that. That's what we're dealing with, okay? But what this does is this is gonna build lasting wealth, okay? They're not just learning about money, they're leveraging it. And that's generational wealth done right. Last thing, what does this make me do as a parent? It makes me sit down with my kids and teach them about money. Growing up, there's two things that our parents never talked to us about. Okay? They never talked about they never talked about money. We have to talk to our kids about money and how it flows. And this forces me to teach them and explain to them proper financial literacy, which is one of the things that people don't understand these days, okay? Most parents are just giving money away. The strategy lets you deduct it from your taxes, protect it, grow it, and then pass it along. Okay. So let me say this. If you own a business, listen to me, please. And if you own a business and you want to build wealth while giving your kids a head start, go down to the link below. There's a link to set up a call me. I can walk you through this, the tax part, the infinite banking part. And what we can do is we can set your kids up for a massive, massive success and save you guys some money on taxes to boot. So thank you so much, guys. Look forward to talking to you.